In today's gospel, Jesus gives us a parable for our meditation and thoughtful consideration. A man had 2 sons. He approached the elder and said, "Son, go out and work in the vineyard today." The son replied, "I am on my way, sir." But he never went. Then the man came to the second son and said the same thing. The son said in reply, "No, I will not." But afterwards he regretted it and went. Which of these 2 did what the father asked and wanted? Some have called this the story of the parable of the better of 2 sons. The original meaning of the parable tells us that the number 1 son, who says yes to the father but does not actually do it, was a sign of the religious authorities with whom Jesus was speaking, who were long on words but short on action. The number 2 son, who said no but went and did what the Father wanted him to do, represented the people of the world though were bad or hopeless, and yet changed their lives and followed Jesus. That's brought up in the second reading too, and says, if you are righteous and then you give that up and start sinning, you've lost your righteousness. It is not enough just to say yes to God. We must do what he asks of us. Every Sunday, the scriptures keep pushing us toward action, but today's parable shoves us into action. It is only by action that we establish whether we are disciples of the Lord or frauds. Greatness in the kingdom of God is measured in terms of obedience. Being open to the will of God and doing the will of God is what places us in the kingdom. Perhaps the greatest handicap to the message of Jesus is the muddy lives of all the Christians. I know more people do not believe in God because of the Christians who do believe in God. Each of us, the baptized, is not only an audio-visual aid, but a neon sign advertising the church. If our lives echo what our mouths are saying in our prayers, the word is out, and Christian life is the answer. But if, in fact, we just talk and end up doing nothing, then Christ, the one we represent, has lost, and the reign of God gets further and further from reality. In the last 25 years, 40 million Christians have left going to church. St. James has said, "Show me your works, and show me your faith, and show me your works, because faith without works is useless." People who live every day according to what they say they believe are our hope for the future. When people meet you and then get to know you, do they want then to learn about Christ? It's a difficult question, but an essential one. If they got to know you, would they know that you are following the way of the Lord? I recall at one funeral, the neighbor of the deceased came and said, "I never knew he was a Catholic." That's a terrible thing to be able to say about you. I never knew you were a Catholic. It's supposed to show. And it's supposed to show because we continue to follow the way of the Lord and want to more and more be open to the yes we want to give to our God.